When a huge shark suddenly began pursuing a diver in the depths of the Atlantic Ocean, everyone watching the dive held their breath. The predator wasn't just following the man, it was aggressively pushing him with its massive body, repeatedly directing its attacks at the defenseless underwater explorer. The surface team was already preparing for the worst scenario when the diver unexpectedly grabbed the shark's head with both hands. What happened next shocked everyone and made witnesses to the scene scream in amazement. An ordinary day for Josh Eccles, an experienced diver from the coastal town of Jupiter, began like dozens of others. Over his 5-year professional career, he had made over 1,000 dives into the waters of the Atlantic Ocean while working with the Emerald Dive Charters team. Josh had become so accustomed to the marine element that he dived 3 times daily, studying underwater beauty and meeting sea creatures face to face. But this day was destined for something special. Shortly after submerging into the clear Atlantic waters, Josh felt an unusual excitement. Something in the atmosphere of the underwater world was off. Suddenly, a movement caught his attention. A large lemon shark was swimming purposefully towards him. Unlike the usual behavior of these creatures, which is to swim past, it persistently approached, as if with a specific goal. I'm used to their presence. They often swim near us, but usually keep their distance, Josh later told ABBF journalists. But this female behaved completely differently. She literally pushed me with her body, and then in a strange way, rolled over, exposing her belly. In the first minutes of this unusual contact, the diver's heart raced with fear. And no wonder. Lemon sharks can reach over 3 meters in length and weigh hundreds of kilograms. These powerful predators, capable of hunting other sharks and large marine life, are an imposing sight even for an experienced marine professional. However, natural observation and years of experience suggested to Josh that this was not aggression, but a desperate plea for help. The shark's behavior suggested something akin to the body language of a wounded animal. After several persistent pushes and displays of its belly, the diver decided to take a closer look. What he saw made him forget his fear. When she lifted her belly, I noticed something metallic sticking out of her body, Josh shared. Touching it carefully, I understood it was a fishing hook, deeply embedded in the shark's flesh. Realizing the problem, Josh made a decision requiring considerable courage to try to free the marine predator from the painful burden. The first attempt was unsuccessful. The shark, feeling the touch on the sore spot, instinctively recoiled and disappeared into the ocean blue. But the amazing thing happened a few minutes later. The predator returned, as if realizing the human was trying to help. This time, Josh acted more decisively. Showing incredible bravery, he grasped the shark's head, holding it in a relatively still position, and carefully examined the stuck object. It was definitely a metal hook, and a sizable one at that, the diver recalled. It was seated very deep and didn't yield to the first pull. Applying maximum care and strength, Josh began slowly extracting the foreign object from the shark's flesh. I pulled slowly, gradually increasing the effort, afraid of damaging the tissues further. He described the rescue process. With every second, it became clear that the size of the hook exceeded all expectations. When the metallic instrument of torture was finally extracted, even the seasoned diver was astonished. The hook was the size of my palm, and I'm not a small man. Almost 2 meters tall and 90 kilos, he said with unconcealed surprise. Imagine the pain this poor creature had been enduring all this time. By the experienced diver's estimate, the shark must have swallowed that hook over a year ago, and all that time the metal had been slowly moving through its body, causing unbearable pain and discomfort. How did the animal miraculously survive such an injury? And how astonishing that it consciously sought help from a human, a being from a completely different world, potentially dangerous to ocean dwellers. The most touching moment of this incredible story was the shark's behavior after being freed from the tormenting hook. The camera with which Josh's team was filming the events captured unique footage. The freed predator did not swim away immediately, but made a circle around its saviors, as if expressing gratitude. In this smooth, almost ceremonial movement, there was something difficult to explain in scientific terms. The gratitude of one living being to another for relief from suffering. As soon as the hook was removed, she swam off into the clear water with a look that could only be interpreted as thanks and joy, Josh recalls. That moment filled the diver's heart with an indescribable feeling of pride and satisfaction. After all, it's not every day one gets to save the life of one of the world ocean's most formidable predators. What Josh and his team experienced that day is truly unique. Approaching a wounded lemon shark, successfully helping it, and remaining unharmed, this is something beyond ordinary human experience. Such moments are rare and precious. They reveal to us a deep connection between all living beings on the planet, reminding us that in critical moments, even creatures as different as a human and a shark can find a path to mutual understanding. The story of the lemon shark's rescue quickly spread across social media and news channels, making people look at these marine creatures in a new way. In a society where sharks are often demonized as soulless killing machines, such stories serve as an important reminder of their complex nature and their ability to feel pain and gratitude. However, behind this touching story lies another, more alarming reality. The metal hook is direct evidence of humanity's negative impact on the marine environment. Fishing gear, especially large hooks used for industrial fishing, causes irreparable harm to thousands of marine creatures every year. Many sharks, turtles, dolphins, and other marine animals are not as fortunate as this lemon shark. They don't meet a Josh Eccles on their path and die an agonizing death from swallowed hooks or by becoming entangled in fishing nets. Josh Eccles continues his daily dives off the coast of Jupiter, hoping to someday meet his saved friend again. In the meantime, he shares his story, inspiring others to show more attention and care for the amazing creatures with whom we share our blue planet.